What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of POPWOOD Playback, your best woodworking videos of the week on YouTube. I'm David Lyell with POPWOOD Woodworking, and I have a couple things to share with you before we dive into these videos. First, we have a winner of the Bosch Palm Router that I showed you last week, Ashley W. in Kansas City, Missouri. Congratulations, I'll be contacting you shortly. Next up, we have a promotion from shopwoodworking.com. We have the best of American woodworker. We have 1985 to 2014, all of the issues and a couple bonus things to throw in there with that over at shopwoodworking.com. And finally, I have a very, very special announcement. Is that POPWOOD Playback is over. It's over for me. I'm opening applications in the description below for you to host POPWOOD Playback. I get comments each week that people either like the videos that we've picked or they're bored of the videos we've picked and that sort of thing. So I want to give you a chance to host POPWOOD Playback. So going forward, I'm going to take applications. If you think you can pull together the 5 best videos of the week on YouTube, film yourself in your shop or in your house presenting those 5 videos. We will splice it in to POPWOOD Playback. And so I hope I get some applications. Turn it in down below on the description where we have a form for you to fill out, hopefully to weed out any of the people that are not too serious about this, because I want a good video from you. So please consider that, and I look forward to hearing from you. Now, on to our videos. Ox Woodshed made a crazy Dour Jig. He was inspired by, I think, Crazy Russian Guy is another channel. I think they're both from Russia, but they made a doweling jig that is made out of acrylic, so it's see-through with an interesting little dial at the bottom that allows you to line this jig up that finds center on its own to the mark that you've made. And so it was an interesting build. It's clever, and I have a thing for clever, so very good build. Check that out. Next up is a bamboo tea whisk. This is part of a Japanese tea ceremony. Don't quote me on that. I don't know a lot about this ceremony, but it's a traditional item used for whisking tea in a ceremony. I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments. Anyhow, this came from Artisan Videos on Reddit, but it's a really in-depth look, kind of documentary style, on how these items are crafted still to this day with a very limited number of artisans still making them. And this is one of those issues on YouTube where it was reposted by another account. So I'm going to link to both accounts because one of them has subtitles. The other one you can use YouTube's automatically generated subtitles. So check that out here, and you can go to both links below. Next up, we have tips from a Shipwright. They are working on a sport dory that is in episode 22. This is a really interesting channel where you get to learn from somebody that's been building ships and boats their whole life. And so it's really interesting to hear his wisdom and his clever little tricks of his trade. And so they're in episode 22. The channel has slowed down a bit, but they're still putting out great videos a couple times a month. So check this out. Next up is Annie of All Trades. She made a giant draw knife for April Wilkerson's giant spoon. And so she walks through kind of their friendship, but also how she went about forging this on her back porch. It's a really fun build. It's not totally practical being this big, but you can check that out here. All right, my last video is a weird one, and I would love to hear some speculation and conversation in the comments about this. The Heinz Wandel project. 2 godfathers of the YouTube woodworking scene have paired up in kind of a bizarre fashion. And so they created a channel together, and from what I can understand, they're going back and forth talking to one another in front of all of YouTube. And so the last video on that channel was, I can sit on my jointer too, and I'm actually heavy. And you can follow the link to their website, and it's like a catalog of their conversation. But it's really interesting. I just wanted to hear what you all thought about this project because it's very different than anything I've seen before, and I find it very interesting. So let me know in the comments what you think of that. And with that, I just want to remind you, check out the description because we have that application to host POPWOOD Playback. We will host it on our channel with your video if it's good. If it's garbage, I'm not running it. But with that, I want to say thank you for your submission of videos, and I'll see you next week.